This is to all people who are having trouble finding where to replace the thermal paste. Because personally, I couldn't find a video. So I'm going to show you how to do it. You see this thing? This thing right here? Yep. We're going to unscrew these little things right there. Uh, yep. These screws surrounded by the black things. Not these. These. Because I know some of you can get confused. I certainly did. And the next step after you unscrew this thing, there usually is excess thermal paste. I would suggest getting some paper towels or some Q-tips with a 99% rubbing alcohol. 91% is fine as long as it doesn't contain any water. You should be good to go. Scrape all of that off, and personally, I would suggest going on Amazon or something and getting some thermal paste. This little thing should be more than enough. You only need like a very tiny amount. So I would suggest just getting a small one. It usually comes with a plastic, what's it called? Spreader thing. That's just the name I'm calling it by. And also, this is where you replace the processing thing. This little lever. Make sure if you're going to replace that, don't be scared of it. Make it scared of you. Back to the thermal paste thing. I would suggest rubbing all of that off, making sure there's little to none left, then applying a very tiny amount and spreading it. And yes, it's okay if once you get that back on there, if there's a low on the bottom, that's perfectly fine. It's actually normal. In fact, this is where the copper cooling cables run under. And this should help it cool down and everything. And if you ever have trouble running your PC, running some games, then this is probably why. If not, I would go to other videos. There's some pretty good or cool dudes, as I like to call them, who help me out a lot. I wouldn't say that they taught me stuff, but they can give you some pretty cool tips. And after you reapply this, just put this back in here. And once you put this back on there, screw all these only a little bit in. Then once they're all in a little, you can screw them in all the way. Because if you screw one in all the way and try to do another one, it won't work. It will just be too far off to actually do anything, and you'll be digging it into the circuit board. Well, this has been